Powered by the Montana Television Network. The 10 o'clock news continues on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
The National Archives releases thousands of previously secret files on the 1963 assassination of President John F. Kennedy.
Now, experts say they could reveal more of what the FBI and CIA knew about shooter Lee Harvey Oswald and when they knew it. Seth Lemon reports from Washington.
Almost 54 years after President Kennedy's assassination, nearly 3,000 previously secret documents surrounding the investigation into his murder are being made public.
These are government reports written for other government officials.
Phil Sheenon wrote a New York Times bestseller about the Kennedy assassination and does not expect any bombshells, but he hopes the material will shed light on a trip the shooter, Lee Harvey Oswald, took to Mexico City weeks before the assassination.
The question in the back of my mind has always been, didn't the CIA know much more about what was going on with Oswald in Mexico City? Didn't they suspect that he was a much bigger threat? And why didn't they warn Washington of that at the time?
The National Archives here in Washington is responsible for releasing the information, but experts say it could take days, if not weeks, to make sense of it all. Oswald was shot and killed by Jack Ruby while in police custody, giving rise to conspiracy theories about the Kennedy assassination. In 1964, the Warren Commission reported that Oswald acted as a lone wolf, but that finding did little to put the matter to rest. Some say releasing these files is a step in the right direction.
Here's a useful moment where the government can try to show real transparency about a turning point in American history. Finally, can try to make amends for all the lies and the duplicity and the cover-ups of the 1960s.
But it's possible the documents could raise more questions than they answer. Seth Lemon, CBS News, Washington.
Hundreds of documents are still being held back for another 180 days at the request of the CIA and FBI, who are citing national security concerns.
President Trump is a step closer to building his much-promised border wall. Today was the deadline for contractors to finish building their prototypes. 8 massive walls sit near a border crossing between California and Mexico. 6 different construction companies built these prototypes. Each life-size model cost between $300,000 to $500,000. 4 are made of concrete. The rest are concrete and other materials, including steel. The height requirement was between 18 to 30 feet, but they all meet the maximum with varying designs, including rounded tops and one with steel mesh and spikes. They're supposed to go 40 feet underground as well. The next step is to begin testing the walls to see how each one can handle being climbed over, cut through, and dug underneath.
Coming up in Health Watch, the president declares a national health emergency over the opioid crisis.
And we'll hear what the Montana Attorney General has to say about the issue as America tries to combat this crisis.